Shout out to The Rock. So apparently, he says, in but so many words, you couldn't pay me to endorse Biden again. Integrity, folks. This is literally what you call integrity.
Call me guns, I'm not gonna never tell it on my brother. Word is born, I'ma keep, and I put that on my mother. Fresh from the streets, and I rap it like no other. Say more to the heat, y'all can go and kiss each other.
You made that endorsement in 2020. Are you happy with the state of America?
Am I happy with the state of America right now? Well, that answer is no. Do I believe we're going to get better? I believe in that. I'm an optimistic guy, and I believe we can get better. The endorsement that I made years ago with Biden was one I thought was the best decision for me at that time. And I thought back then, when we talk about, hey, I'm in this position where I have some influence, and it's my job then. I felt like that then. It's my job now to exercise my influence and share with this is who I'm going to endorse. Am I going to do that again this year? That answers.
BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? So yeah. So apparently, The Rock has come out. For everybody that don't know, they was doing WrestleMania, so he's doing his press, people coming up there, talking, asking him things. And he has come out and said, basically, he will not be supporting Biden. Okay. Now, even though that is the lead-in to what we're discussing, I think the most important aspect of this is he believes that he made a mistake and now he's trying to rectify it. And the dope thing about this interview, by the way, before we really get into why he would probably be making such a decision, is that he also said, whoever gets elected, they're going to be my president. I'm not going to, you know what? I was just endorsing this dude through the last elections, and I don't like what he did. But there's a good chance that even though what Trump is known for is, for whatever the reason is, it's racism, I need for somebody to tell me what Trump did racist. I need for somebody to tell me this. I just want to say something real quick. I'm not trying to get distracted, but I want to say this real quick. I keep hearing that Trump didn't want black people in his buildings in the 80s. Guess what? No one did. In the 80s in New York, most, and this is not an exaggeration, most of the people who own real estate, especially the real estate, the high-end real estate, when there were buildings and, in the big parts of town where the money makers was living, many of those people did not want to rent to black folk. The crazy part is, Trump is like the face of this. What about the dudes that would rent to the black folks, just so we could be clear? And then there were slumlords. And they would have you living in a building that the water don't run right, the roofs are caving in, they don't want to fix anything. The city isn't forcing them to fix anything. And you got these families paying this rent, getting no services. Y'all just forget those guys existed. In any regard, one thing that I've always been pissed off about Trump with is the Central Park 5. So he is not one of my favorite people, especially since after that, just so we can be clear. But one thing that I will say is, when Trump was in office, with the exception of the LGBTQ community, people were happier. Maybe you weren't making as much at your job because, they weren't raising minimum wage. But your money went further. That's a fact. And I don't want to hear no one you cannot dispute that our money went further. Okay? That's not disputable. I'm not even talking about the PPPs. I'm not even talking about the any of the checks he was sending out. I'm not even talking about that crap. What I'm saying is your money just went further. Now, with that being said, I kind of saw this coming because I'm going to tell y'all about a thing, and I want y'all to go back and look at it if you get the opportunity. If I find the clip, I'll put it in here. If I find the clip. But do y'all remember when Oprah and Rock was trying to do the thing over there in Hawaii when the situation happened with the fires? Didn't Rock look like he was kidnapped? Rock blinked twice. Didn't it look like that? Oprah was saying a whole lot of stuff, and you could tell it did not sit right with The Rock's soul. The Rock is really the people's champion, fam. I don't know what he's doing in his private life. I hope he don't pop up in any of these Diddy tapes. I don't expect him to, but I hope he doesn't pop up in any of these Diddy tapes. But The Rock is really the people's champion, fam. Because it takes a people's champion to admit when they're wrong and then try to at least rectify the situation. He came out and let Biden and them people know he will not be supporting Biden again. Also, that whole thing that went on with Oprah when they were trying to raise money, they were like, we're gonna donate $10 million of our own money. Now we want y'all broke Americans to help us out. No! You have a ton of rich friends. You know what you could do? You could do the same thing like when y'all raising money for these presidential candidates. Go have a couple of banquets. Those banquets be raising 20 million, 30 million, 40 million and better, right? 100 million, 200 million, whatever the hell. Go have some banquets. Raise some money for those people in Hawaii. You don't have to ask these Americans who already it's hard for us to live because the cost of living has skyrocketed. It's skyrocketed. I'm going to tell y'all what's going to happen. If Biden loses and Trump wins, Trump is going to turn around some of these policies. The LGBTQ community is going to be pissed off. The feminists are going to be pissed off. You want to know why? Because as soon as he turns back some of these policies, we're going to see the money coming back into our pockets. And then so many people are their eyes are just going to open up to what the Democrats are actually do. You understand how important it is to the Democratic Party that Trump never makes it back into office? Because if he does, you'll be able to see the difference. You'll be able to see the difference. What they did, which was wrong. Now, with that being said, I don't necessarily want Trump to win or Biden to lose. I would like, personally, to have someone else in office. Could we get somebody in their 50s, late 50s, early 60s? Right now, I'll take somebody in their 20s. Could we just get somebody, and not in their 20s, fam? These guys is out here on OnlyFans and fresh and fit and doing all types of weirdo shit. But I would like to see somebody that has some real ideas about fixing the problems that we have today instead of talking about the issues of yesteryear. I would like to have us have a president that every single time we see him in front of a camera, it doesn't look like he's trying to figure out what the hell was going on. They had him at a church the other day, right? People start clapping. He doesn't know whether he should clap or not. Now, I don't know if this is the dementia speaking or if this is they had somebody in his ear saying, don't clap. Or they just remember what happened with Kamala Harris recently when she went to an event held by some Puerto Ricans. Shout out to the Puerto Rican community. And they were just basically singing a chant about how they was going to hold her responsible. They weren't cheering her. She starts clapping and smiling. Her freaking translator had to say, look, they are not saying anything good. they're basically questioning your leadership. And you can see the I don't know what the lady said, but I'm assuming it's something along those lines. Or it's just stop clapping. Stop clapping. You can see the look on Kamala's face. Now I want to say something. And I'm going to finish out this video. Do y'all remember when I told y'all our activist was crapping on us? That our activist was not working in our best interest? That the next election year, our activists is going to have to be quiet. Where are our activists at? Biden has screwed up so much that the people that was out here campaigning for him can't even campaign. Because they can't look us in the damn eye and spew that rhetoric any further. They know people ain't stupid. Their family members are suffering. Yeah, they getting a check. But what happens when you go eat Thanksgiving dinner with your family and 90% of them are looking at you like you are a sellout? What happens when y'all go to the Christmas events? All of these places that you would go when y'all were campaigning and you were celebrated. But now when you go there, people are looking at you in disdain. Where those activists at? Pop your head up. Like, comment, subscribes. Join the notification game. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.
I'ma need some of you niggas to stop playing with me. I am not a game. Play Tetris or something. Word is born. Call me guns, I'm not gonna never tell it on my brother. Word is born, I'ma keep and I put that on my mother. Fresh from the streets and I rep it like no other. Say more to the heat, y'all can go and kiss each other. Niggas think that they crazy, what's a knife to a gun? If I can't get the pops, I'ma go get his son. Oh, I heard he got a daughter, tell that little bitch run.